Hey everybody, I'm standing outside looking at the full moon, and normally I don't talk during the full moon video, but this is kind of a special time. This is my birthday today, and not only is it my birthday, but it is a full moon. And besides that, I adopted a dog last week, and I will show her on video in a couple minutes. But I haven't had a dog since I was a kid, and I went into a rescue facility that they just opened around here. Not your typical rescue. The dogs are in suites with television sets, and they're taken care of. And if they don't get adopted, they will keep them there for life. So I saw this little dog in there. Saw this cute little dog. And I decided that I didn't want her sitting in that room, in that cage. I put my finger down by the door, and she sniffed my finger, and she got all excited. And she ran around, and then she tried to scratch her way out of the back room, the back door. And she knew she couldn't get out, so she sat down on the floor like a very well-trained, very unhappy dog, knowing that she couldn't get out, and she just looked at me. And her description for adoption was, I am a lady, I am a little lady with no manners, and I was never trained. And people would look at her, and she is adorable, believe me. She is just a beautiful looking dog. And they would look at her and they would see how sweet she was and how she acted. And then they would realize how difficult she was to take care of, and they would leave her there. And I went there every couple days, and I would look for her, and I would see her in the room, and I took pictures of her. That just broke my heart, seeing her look at me. And I kept on thinking about her, and then I thought maybe I should get her. So I started cleaning my place up, trying to make it dog safe. Because hey, I'm a single guy and the place is a mess. It's a pig pen with lots of hobby things all over the place, and wires and nails and screws and computers and parts and paint cans, and it's just a mess. And very dangerous for a dog, but I started cleaning the place, trying to make it safe. And I went in there, and each time I would see them, they would say, "Are you here to get your dog?" And I would say, "Soon," because I was trying to get the place fixed up. Now, before I continue the story, I never thought more about it than just, I'm getting a dog. I never realized that my bike riding would probably have to stop, at least for now. That going to breakfast with my mom would have to stop. That going to a store and shopping by myself would not work. Because you can't really leave a dog at home, especially a rescue, after you get it. So none of that ever occurred to me. I don't know why. I'm a smart person, but I just never thought of it. So I went into the rescue last week. Took my mom to breakfast, and I said, after that, let's go over there and see the dogs, see the cats, see the bunnies. And I was going to tell them I will probably take her next week when I get my place fixed up in time for my birthday, which is now today. But I'm not sure yet. And everybody was used to seeing me come in there. After all this time, they knew, they would talk to me, they liked seeing me. I would bring cookies and always talk with them, treated them nicely. So I went in there and I said, I just want to let you know that I might be getting her next Wednesday. And they said, oh, somebody is looking at her right now. And my mom said, well, you knew that he wanted her. is there anything you can do? And they said, no, first come, first take, and first person who comes in here and wants her gets her. I'm trying to get the tripod adjusted here. So there was lots of tension, lots of stress. Everybody there knew that I wanted her. Everybody wanted me to take her because I had talked about her so much, and they just wanted me to have her. So they were all talking back and forth on the radio, and everyone was, they were concerned, they were worried. They would be happy that she would be adopted, but they were kind of hoping that I would be the one that would get her. And I was a nervous wreck. I was walking around, pacing around, watching out the window as the couple was looking at her. And then they walked out holding the leash, and I thought, okay, they're going to get her, I'm going to lose her. And I was just falling apart. And the people there were really very on edge also, from what I found out. So they came in after a long time. One of the employees walked up and said they didn't take her, and the tears built up in my eyes. Very hard to talk about. They built up in my eyes, and I just walked away, ready to fall apart. And there was nowhere to go because everybody there knew I wanted her, and they were all watching. They were watching me, even the people that were there to adopt. Everybody knew what was going on. And I was just an emotional wreck with tears coming out of my eyes. And I told them I want her right now, which I was not expecting to do that day, and I was not sure I was even going to adopt her. But having the chance to lose her turned everything around. And a couple hours later, after paperwork, and maybe an hour later, after paperwork and photographs and getting me some food for her, and I walked out of there with her and went to the pet shop with my mom, and we bought a pet bed and some supplies, and I went home and looked on the floor, and she was a nervous wreck. She was an emotional wreck. She was chewing on her toy. She literally chewed through half this toy, looking very stressed out and tense. The look in her eyes, she was like a mad dog. She was just ripping this part. She was ripping the, sorry, I heard a noise. I thought that was her. She was ripping the bone apart, just staring at me with tons of stress and anxiety and tension. And that's when it hit me. I can't walk out the door and drive somewhere now. I can't go to the store. How am I going to do this? And just seeing her, I had tears in my eyes. I felt so bad for her. She was scared. I was scared. And today's 8 days since I got her. She's doing better driving in the car. The anxiety's down. She's not ripping bones apart. She still throws her bed around. Still barks like crazy when she sees people. Barks when she sees the dogs. But she's doing better, and she's happy. And I visited the rescue twice since I got her, and they're happy to see her, and they still love her. And it's a huge process. And originally I was thinking, how am I going to do this? How am I going to go and live my life? But like all dogs, all dog owners, there comes a point where you're able to leave the dog alone, and hopefully they don't tear the house up because they know that you're coming back. So that's what this is all about. I'm looking at the full moon, and I'm thankful that this is my birthday and that I've got a dog. And luckily my mom is here, and she's helping me get through this, watching her when I need to go to the store. And she's getting used to being around my mom, and she loves her, and she's happy to be with her, and she absolutely adores me. And we went to the store today, and my mom sat outside while I was shopping, and people came up and took photos of her. That's how adorable she is. That's how sweet looking and loving she is. So she looks like she should be in a movie or a TV show. And that is what my full moon video this month is about. I haven't done one in a long time because life has been busy. I'm doing lots of videos, trying to get my projects done, and all of a sudden everything stopped because I have to take care of this girl, this tiny little dog that needs me, and no regrets here. I don't want it to sound like there are any regrets. I would never take her back. And I think that's what the whole thing was about. The first night I looked at her and I thought, what have I done? What did I get myself into? Why didn't I even consider any of this? Why did this not cross my mind? And none of it mattered because there was no way I would take her back. And when I went to the rescue a few days later, and I said, remember when that couple was here and they were looking at her? I said, if they had taken her home that night, she would have been returned by now because of all the problems that she has. And they said, you're right, she probably would be back. So things are good, though. She is a smart dog. She's a loving dog. She spent maybe 3 to 4 months in cages in a rescue, 2 different rescues, 2 different rescue locations, and she was given up by her family. And I'm not sure how they treated her, but I'm treating her good. And she's getting lots of walks, and I'm getting lots of exercise in my hours of usually sleeping in late. Now I'm wide awake at 6:30 for her. And I'm going to bed early, and I'm cleaning this place up because she needs a clean home, and I'm vacuuming because she needs a safe place. And everything's totally changed because of this dog. So what I wanted to say is, if you're really thinking of rescuing a dog, realize what you're getting into. It is definitely a full commitment. Not just for years, it's a full commitment of getting them through the process of separation anxiety and being scared when you walk away, being scared with being scared when they see animals or when they see people, when they hear noises. She barks when she hears the phone. She barks when she hears certain noises that scare her. And I'm just trying to figure it all out and give her a good life. And very happy that I got her. And we'll work through this. We'll definitely make this work because she's a sweetheart. Ooh, lots of bugs out here. Lots of bugs flying on me as I'm talking. So, here's my full moon video. Full moon video, birthday video. 8 days since I got my rescue dog video. And life has definitely changed, but life is good, and I'm happy. And over time, this will definitely be easier for me, and I'll keep you updated in the other videos that I do. But you definitely want to adopt if you can afford to. And by afford, I don't mean money, even though in the first week I've spent $800 on her, mostly for toys and food and beds and tug toys and other beds, so she has a place at my mom's house, and leashes and vet bill. But make sure that you have the time to give the dog your attention and your love. And I think it will definitely pay off in the long run. So happy birthday to me, happy full moon to everybody out there. You don't have to like this video. I usually say if you like my videos, do a thumbs up, a subscribe, or a like, or if you want to donate to me to help out my life or help the dog or whatever. And in this case, nah, I'm not going to say any of that because none of that matters. It's all good. She's great, and happy full moon to everyone. I'll try to get a view of her face in a minute. Look at those ears move. This dog is so happy to be out of rescue. I don't know what they think. I don't know what they remember or if they remember anything, but look at that. Look at this. She's so adorable. She is so happy to be here. And the first day that I brought her here, she was chewing trying to find the bone. I don't see it now. She chewed this bone, ate it all up, ate half of it up. She was so unhappy. Not unhappy, she was frightened. And there is definitely some separation anxiety issues, as should be expected. But now when I wake up, instead of following me to the shower, she just comes over, wags her tail, kisses my face, and then goes back in her little bed and waits for me to come out so that she can lick the water off my feet and lay next to me. So that's my dog. This is my birthday gift. This is my August full moon video. Not as good as I usually do. I didn't want to stay out too long and do lots of zooming. I wanted to come in here and make sure she's doing good. She's hiding from the camera saying, nope. Until you fill out those disclosure forms and pay me, I will not be in a movie. So I want to get a picture of her face for everybody who wants to see her. Adoption is definitely not cheap, but boy, so worth it. I mean, I just love her. And it didn't happen well, when I saw her, when I look at the pictures of her in that shelter, it just tears me up. Even a week later, that's why I wanted her. I just saw that cute, adorable face and said to myself, I have got to get her. So this is my sweetheart. Let me get a picture of her face now, if I can, if she doesn't run out of the room hiding. That's the best I can do of her face. She's kind of leaning over her bed. The bed that I just bought for her that she's chewing up and flinging it up in the air and tossing it upside down and throwing it around. And then she sleeps. So that's my buddy.